Love free markets and free people. Think about what we heard this week. We're joined by Mark Meckler, who founded the biggest Tea Party group, Hadley Heath from the Independent Women's Forum. Audience likes it that she founded a Tea Party group. And Nick Gillespie from Reason TV. Yeah, how about a hand for Reason TV? They taught me about liberty, Reason Magazine. So were you inspired, Nick, by anything Mitt Romney said?
Well, I was going to say I was very inspired by the fact that Clint Eastwood, as an 82-year-old, could stay up later than I could. I think I was dozing off partway. I think Mitt Romney gave a very good speech. Unfortunately, I didn't hear the types of specifics that I would have liked to have heard. I wanted to.
Why is it a good speech if there are no specifics?
Because first off, he proved beyond a reasonable doubt that he's actually a human being, which seemed to be in question before the convention. And he had a lot of passion and a lot of vigor in what he was talking about. So that's good. You know, the optics matter. I wanted to hear a line about where he was saying, you know, it is time to cut the size, the scope, and the spending of government. There was nothing, not even, you know, the weakest gesture was we're going to get on track to a balanced budget. Obama had said we're going to cut in 50% the deficit, you know, in my first presidency. He's actually lowering the bar in promising that, you know what, the government is going to stop spending money it doesn't have for things that we don't need. I would have liked to have heard that.
He did not say anything like that.
Absolutely not.
And Hadley, what would you have liked to have heard?
Well, I don't like the idea, the implication that Obama's doing a poor job with the economy, so Romney Ryan is just going to fix the economy, like government's going to fix the economy. It's just a new person behind the wheel and everything will be better. I wanted to hear that we, the American people, entrepreneurs, business people, exchanging voluntarily with each other, creating wealth, we will fix the economy.
Yeah, he sort of implied it. He made fun of that Obama line, my presidency will stop the rise of the oceans. But I'm going to fix your family? I assume he meant maybe he was going to get out of the way so we could have our own families, but it sort of implied that government would solve your family's problems.
Well, you're saying we assume that he's saying he'd get out of the way, but that's actually was the big void in the speech. He didn't say anything about government getting out of the way. I was waiting for the punchline, the big line, right, which is out there. It's historically out there. Government is not the solution to our problems. Government is the problem. That speech was waiting for that line. The American people were waiting for that line.
So why doesn't he give it? It's now a cliche. Reagan said it. Even Bill Clinton sort of said it.
I don't know, and I'm disappointed because it seems like backtracking from something that's been said in the past that's so obvious to the American people, and frankly, on both sides of the aisle.
You know, if I can say, I mean, in the 21st century, we have had a massively swollen government. First under George Bush and then under Obama. Government spending is up about 70% since 2000 in real terms. This is real money. It's doing more than it ever has done before. I mean, we can't go to the airport without getting felt up, you know, by unionized strangers. Nothing, you know, this is a weird century. We need a choice between big government and small government, not big government and slightly bigger government. And it seems to me that Romney, you know, he's promised he's going to take care of our families, he's going to take care of our retirements, he's going to take care of old people and sick people, and he's going to make sure we all get jobs and this and that. There isn't a lot of shrinkage going on there. I want to see the shrinkage because that's where real entrepreneurial spirit and growth and dynamism comes from, not by promising to be all things to all people. And Romney, I think he did it in a very flattering way, in an upbeat way. He was funny at times, he was touching at times, but it's the same old song, really.
But let me ask about that. I'm new to politics somewhat, in that I never used to watch these conventions, and now I see why. It's all this fluff. My dad gave Mom a rose. We had the gift of unconditional love. My mom and dad were true partners. I found kinship with a circle of friends. I mean, is it unrealistic to expect a plan?
I don't think it is unrealistic. I think the American people, you know, we've talked about the American people are grown-ups. They need to be treated like grown-ups. They can take the truth. And frankly, none of the politicians are delivering the truth. We saw none of it at the convention.
I'm not a political strategist either, but I noticed in 2008 that one of the things that made candidate Obama so popular was his positive message, hope, and change, and his call for unity. And I heard the word united, 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 unity, unity, and it was a generally positive message from Romney tonight, too.
I think, one of the other things to think about is that Romney is not running necessarily on a positive program of, I will do X, Y, and Z. What he needs to do is to showcase two things. And the first is merely to document how bad Obama has been as president. I mean, he inherited a bad situation, and he made everything worse. There is nothing good that you can say that's coming out of the Obama, years. I mean, that's it. Thank you. Total economic collapse. But it's
ended,
bad.
Don't ask, don't tell.
No, you know what? Actually, that's not a bad
nothing.
thing. Yeah, what I'm saying though is that Obama has made things worse. What Romney has to say is, look at this guy. We can't be worse than him. And in fact, I've had some successes in my life, and I've been in the private sector, and I've done this, and I've done that, and I've been a governor. The theme was we can do better. It's like all he really has to sell is, I'm not going to be as bad.
And he does sell the business executive part pretty well. That one line I liked was, we bet on ourselves. I went to Bain Capital. I started this business. We bet on ourselves and our advice. And then he lists some specifics. Companies he created help preserve. Staples, Sports Authority. That makes it real. And I hope people get that.
And it's a fundamental contrast with the existing administration. That's, you've got a chief executive who's actually never created anything, certainly never anything in the private sector. So if people are looking for a change now, they're looking for somebody who understands the economy, at least you've got a guy that's been engaged in the economy.